another episode on the Harmonix Tuning YouTube channel. In today's episode, we are going to be working on this G82 M4 that has come all the way from Coimbatore to Bangalore for an Akrapovic titanium slip-on exhaust install, as well as the sound kit and the carbon fiber tips. So we had put the car earlier on the dyno, and the car in completely bone stock form made 487 horsepower and 635 Newton meters of torque. These numbers are a little less than what BMW claims, typically because the car is currently running on 91 octane fuel, as the drive from Coimbatore to Bangalore did not have XP95 available when the customer had to refill the car. Now let's hoist the car on the lift, pull out the stock catback and install the Akrapovic slip-on titanium catback. So the first thing we'll be doing on this car is to remove the OPF bunks that are on the stock midpipe. So the LCI variants of the M4 come with the OPF bunks, and if you remove them while they're hot, they come off a lot easier. We have finished installing the exhaust and complete the wiring as well to check if the valves open and close as desired. Eventually all of this will be tagged over here cleanly. Now let's start the car and see if the valves actuate with the remote as well as the modes on the car. Now that we have finished installing the exhaust, let's put the car back on the dyno to see if there are any improvements. This will also help us observe for any signs of OPF errors so that we can investigate further. Here are the before and after dyno charts. The black curves represent the bone stock car, and the red curves are basically what we got once we installed the exhaust and added some octane boosters to improve the quality of the fuel. When we dynoed the car in bone stock form, we saw a little too much knock retard, which is basically the ECU reducing the ignition timing due to the poor quality of the fuel. The major difference you see in the before and the after dyno charts, according to us, is actually coming from the improvement in the quality of fuel rather than the installation of the catback itself. So we are in the green M4 right now with just the catback installed on the car. While driving in D mode, it sounds pretty nice even with the valves open. Let's close the valves and see how it sounds. Let's just give it a little bit of a push. It's pretty silent, just the way you would want it with the valves off. Another thing to keep in mind is whenever you're driving the car with valves off, kindly do not go above 50% throttle, as it's bad for the turbos as it builds up excessive back pressure. Now let's open the valves on the car and let's downshift a few gears and listen to how the exhaust sounds at full throttle. Not bad at all. put that in D mode so that we can talk. So the difference in the exhaust note with just a catback is not a lot, maybe about 15 to 20% louder than the other red M4. So with the walls open on this green car, even at full throttle in Sports Plus mode, there is absolutely no drone on this car at all, which is a really nice thing to see, because the other red car that has a full Akrapovic exhaust has quite a bit of significant drone, especially when daily driving the car. And when you go full throttle, that car sounds really nice, but anything at part throttle or half throttle, that car does have a very perceivable amount of drone that comes into the cabin. We've got the green M4 out for a test drive because we had installed another Akrapovic catback on another green color M4 back in Indore a couple of weeks ago, and that car has been continuously throwing OPF errors. So we wanted to basically drive the car for a while and see if the OPF regenerates, or if this car would also throw the same OPF errors as the other car in Indore. So far we have done about 30 kilometers on this car and there are no OPF errors. So once we get back to the workshop, we'll double check that again and then see how it goes. M4s over here. This is running an Akrapovic catback only, and this is running an Akrapovic full exhaust, which is basically the downpipes, the midpipe and the catback. Now let's show you guys the difference between both the cars. That is it from our end. Do let us know in the comment section which exhaust note you guys prefer, the green M4's catback only or the red M4's full exhaust. Thank you for watching.